You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully. Hello, today is Sunday the 15th of December 2024. You're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. My voice sounds croaky, not for bad reasons. It's purely that I've literally just woken up and I've kind of realised that this is my only chance to record this today because I'm going to be busy. So I say just woken up. It's, I have not long, only about half an hour ago. It's certainly the first words I've spoken today. I woke up at about 8:30 because I'm going to Phoenix in Arizona today. For work. So yeah, in fact, you'll get to hear me in Phoenix, Arizona quite a lot over the next few weeks because I seem to have basically just got flights to Phoenix, Arizona. All of them on a Sunday, all of them back on a Wednesday, and all of them with 3 days off after. So that's going to be an interesting 4 weeks. That's basically what I'm flying for the next 4 weeks. And then immediately after that, I've got more time off. So I think I finished my last Phoenix on the 8th of January. And then I don't go to work again until the 2nd or 3rd of February. And I'm pretty certain that's going to be training when it does happen, because we have training that we have to do every year. And I normally get mine in January, and it hasn't been rostered in January. So it's going to have to be February, I think, because I think my licenses run out to fly, I think. Well, it might be end of February, I'm not sure. But my guess is they'll be the first thing I do back in February anyway. So yeah, so that's basically it. I didn't have a particularly great day yesterday, hence why I got an emergency podcast. I just wasn't in the mood to record anything, but I didn't do an awful lot. So yeah, I went into town, did a bit of shopping, had some food, tried to motivate myself to write, failed, normal thing. It's really weird. Yeah, I thought yesterday, because it was my one day off, because obviously I was doing all the flying 2 days ago, then yesterday was my one day off, so I thought it would be the day where I found it easy to motivate myself to do something, and I really, really struggled, so, which is annoying, but it is what it is, can't change it. So Phoenix bound today, meeting up, so as I said, I've got some plans for the Phoenixes because I've got so many of them. It's going to feel like a little bit of a home from home. Not that I spend a huge amount of time there. I think we get so we fly in today, and because of the time difference, it's, even though on my watch I'm arriving in the wee small hours of tomorrow morning, the reality is it's actually, in American time, it's tonight. I think there's a 6 or 7 hour time difference with Phoenix. I'll check all that up in a minute, actually work out what the time difference is. But it'll still be today when I arrive, even though my watch says on UK time, it'll say it's tomorrow. And there's a side of me thinking, well, I could always do the podcast when I get there because it's still technically the day. But kind of the rule I've set myself is it has to come out during what is that day in UK time. And as I say, I could just skip one normally if I think there's no point coming on, but because I want to hit show 200 on the 23rd, I'm sort of forcing myself at gunpoint to do this every day. Well, not every day this month, because I'll stop on the 23rd, but up until I hit the 23rd anyway. So we get there in the wee small hours, and then I've been looking at what there is to do in Phoenix. Now, this first one is going to be fine because there's a friend of mine who lives out there, and she's there. In fact, she's flying back from somewhere and should arrive before me. We should arrive in Phoenix in the same airport on the same day, but before me. And so she's going to be there, and we'll catch up on Monday, which would be nice. And then I think we fly home Tuesday, what is for their time Tuesday evening, what is probably for our time Wednesday morning. And I get back sort of Wednesday lunchtime, I think. I haven't even looked at the timings for the return, to be honest. I'll have to check that out in a minute.
And then, as I say, repeat 4 times after 3 days off. It's literally every Sunday I'm doing a Phoenix flight. So that's this trip taken care of. But for the other 3, I have some ideas of things I want to do. So one of the things I want to do, there is a facility called Medlink, which is doctors on the end of a satellite phone. And I think most airlines probably use them. So if you have a medical problem that's outside your training, you need a medical professional. If there isn't one on board, or frankly, even if there is, we'll speak to them on this phone, and they encourage crew to actually visit the facility where you actually end up contacting is in Phoenix, and they encourage us to actually have a look at it if we're there. And I think that'd be really interesting to see what happens when our phones go through, where our phone calls go through. So that's probably one of the things I want to do. Then there is also, excuse me, I've just woken up and already yawning. There are various aircraft graveyards in the area. And again, it's not something I'm going to do by myself, but if we end up hiring a car, if several of us want to go, then I'll join in, and that'd be quite good fun to go to an aircraft boneyard, aircraft scrapyard thing. And I've had some ideas for the other one as well. I've jotted them down, but I can't remember them. Anyway, so that's why you've got a podcast so early this morning, because I've got to get up and go. And I'll be back at some point tomorrow, hopefully from Phoenix. So thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.